I'll ask you, who's more likely to be the Penguins' starting goaltender by the end of next season? Tristan Jarry or Sergei Murashov?
Oh, not the direction I thought that was going.
Mm.
Um, ooh, Tristan Jarry, I think still. I know that would come with a whole off season of trade speculation and then a whole trade deadline of trade speculation, probably. I just think the Penguins are going to want to take their time with Miroshov and make sure he is completely ready for starting roles. If they bring him up and he's a backup next year, maybe with Joe Blomqvist at the end of next season, I could see that happening as well. I do think it's going to take some time before they really give full-time starting time to Miroshov. That's just my thought. So I would say at this particular moment, even with the amount of trade speculation that I am completely kicking to the side, Tristan Jarry is the more likely starter at the end of next season.
Yeah, you look at that, and there obviously is the trade speculation. There is the talk around Tristan Jarry. That means he would have to survive not just the offseason, but next year's trade deadline as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if he plays the way that he's played, obviously he's had a couple of games where it hasn't gone so well, and he's been pulled since he got recalled from Wilkes-Barre the second time. He has had, for the most part, pretty strong outings. I mean, you look at last night, I think most of those goals, I would place blame directly on the defense. Yeah, you could use a save here and there from Tristan Jarry, but I don't think anything from last night points to his, arrow being tilted in the opposite direction. I think his arrow's been firmly in the positive direction since he came back up. So maybe, just maybe, he can carry that into next season. And with only 2 full years left of that contract, maybe they're able to offload that, or maybe they want to retain a little bit, or maybe they use one of their copious amounts of draft picks to be able to offload Tristan Jarry and kind of get a fresh slate. And we'll talk about that more a little bit later. Whereas Sergei Murashov has just skyrocketed and passed certain benchmarks faster than everybody expected. So would it be surprising if he continued to do that? And all of a sudden, by the end of next season, we're talking about after whatever we see in the AHL playoffs here, after what we see in, it would have to be a very solid summer, including training camp, including maybe the Prospects Challenge. Who knows? Maybe he's already aged out of that one. We'd have to see him continue the momentum that he's had and continue to do everything that he's done in this past year, which is look so much further along than we expected. We didn't expect him to come over to North America this year. We all said, oh, that's a nice treat. That's nice. We'll get to see him. And then we said, oh, he's going to start in the ECHL, but he's really good. He should do well there. And then he does so well there. And then he comes up to the AHL and he sets organizational records in the AHL. Now, of course, he's only played 11 games, so there's still time that needs to be factored in this. But by the end of next season, if he plays another 50 games in the AHL, do I think there's a chance that he gets brought up? Yeah, I'd say there's a chance he gets brought up. But what's more likely is the question. That's a tough one. Because, again, I don't know the market for Tristan Jarry. I don't know if there's an NHL franchise out there that says, this guy has shown flashes and our defense is much better than the Swiss cheese that's in Pittsburgh right now. So maybe if we put him behind a good defense, he looks good. He looks better. He looks worth $5 million for the next 2 years, 3 years. I'll say what's more likely, Sergei Murashov.
Okay.
Because this kid has surpassed all of my expectations in the past year. What's to say he won't do it in the next year? So I'll go with Sergei Murashov in this one.